Okay, so I've remembered something else that I wanted to talk about in regards to toilets. Um, okay, so there's been a couple of times now since I transitioned that I've had to use public toilets at the same time as my dad. Um, the reason I thought of this yesterday was because I was watching a documentary about trans guys, which I think was called Make Me a Man, which I figured out was like 10 years old now, so why I didn't see that then, I don't know. So yeah, there was a part on there where one of the guys had gone to a football match with his dad, and it would be the first time that he'd have to kind of use the same toilets as him, and he said that that felt a little bit weird, and I suppose it felt the same for me, really. Um, yeah, I can't remember exactly when it was. I think it was probably we'd gone to the pub together or something, and it was odd to see my dad coming and going in the same toilets as me. Um, But I think I'm kind of used to that now. It's just a really weird feeling. Um, Especially, I suppose, growing up as somebody's daughter and everything's kind of really private. I don't know, and with guys kind of being around each other, and obviously, my dad didn't go into a cubicle, and I did, and it felt a little bit awkward. But he seemed to kind of deal with it okay, and obviously nothing. We didn't speak about it. We don't really speak about stuff very often. But that leads me to another experience of we'd gone out for the day with his girlfriend and her kids. Well, they're like late teens, early 20s, and her grandchildren. Um, and we were sitting. Oh, it was my cousin as well, actually. We were sitting around outside in the beer garden, chatting about stuff, and I went to the toilet, and there were two guys in there having like a full blown conversation. They were really drunk, and it seemed really odd to me. So when I went back outside, oh, they were actually singing to each other as well. When I went back outside, I said to my dad, that seems really weird to me. Is it weird? Does it happen very often? And he said, no, doesn't really happen very often. But you could tell that they were close friends. They'd known each other for years. They were having a laugh or whatever, and it was actually like a little kind of foyer that led into the toilets. Not, they weren't like at the urinal having a full blown conversation. And that's the only time I've ever really experienced that. And like I said, even my dad thought it was an odd situation. We found it funny, but you know. So I wouldn't worry about anything like that, like the whole conversation thing again, because they obviously knew each other really well. And if any of my friends talked to me in the toilets, I'd probably feel a little bit awkward, but then at the same time I'd feel quite good because they'd obviously just accepted the fact that I'm in there. I think that's all I'm going to say on that bit. So try not to worry too much about toilets. Toilets are there for a reason. You go in for a reason, one or two reasons only, and keep yourself to yourself, keep your head down. Someone speaks to you and you're not on tea or whatever, you're not happy with your voice, just nod, smile. Avoid eye contact in general because it's just not required. And that's about it, really. If there's any more topics you want me to speak about, or if there's any questions you want to ask about this topic, then just let me know. And that's it. And I'm going to think of something else to talk about. There's stuff like name change and what else is there? Testosterone, comparing different types, because I've been on Testagel, Sustanon and Libido, so I can kind of compare all three. So I'll speak to you soon, and take care. Peace.